been a while. And there's the mic on it.
Yeah, no, this is where the microphone will be.
My dad mentioned this last time. He just watched a regular game live stream. It was like it's very good. Right. Tell the girls on the camera to quiet down.
Oh yeah, quite a lot of people. The zoom on this is impressive. Some of the men's booths have already come to board.
Good evening, Oxbridge! Please quietly welcome the Cambridge Women's Blues.
Awful.
They have 8.
Tell you what, I've read the
Oh yeah. I mean, this is already. Wait.
people have to stand along, no glass.
And now, welcome to the ice, your Oxford Women's Blues!
The round shot into that, instead of bouncing, hit them in the face.
Oh, you mean right down to the side? Yeah, oh, those people. Oh, sorry, I think those people are top.
No. People stand right on the safety of the outside. Nothing to do on the inside.
Come down.
When we do the skating, you count the
Yeah.
Casual announcement. Because you don't want to get in trouble for that. Alright, let's go.
Might still be the Oxford one. I haven't kept track.
race to get to write my bio.
I like your save. I like that. Thanks, man.
To get to write my bio. Save for the floor.
Sorry, that just went down. No. I kind of need to hold it all the time. Do you like them? Do you have a booklet? Sorry? Do you have a booklet?
I just ordered 300 quid worth of pizza, so I'm not starting to afford it anymore.
Do you need to pay for the booklet?
I don't know, it's fine, I'll be fine. As long as Sean does the refund quickly, I'll be alright.
Oh, you will. Don't worry. Guys! Get a close up to celebrate.
Oh, no, we can't see that
I don't know if it could be the tripod or what.
So this thing is also moving, but it's also got to make sure that we have freedom here. No, like, I mean, like...
Oh, I see. We'd have to like... Okay, we can try... What I'll do is I'll try and hold it steadily and then you can...
Yep, screw it. So do you need me to hold it?
Yeah, I'll hold the camera and then... And then there's like... And if anybody's got a coin, we can definitely secure that. A coin? Yeah. What kind? Penny? Yeah, just like penny.
The other guy couldn't handle it. Tomorrow,
Thanks so much.
two of us, he's like, no, I can't. We're too real.
Not a good confidence.
That's it.
Yeah, I've got that.
Thank you. Sorry, man.
Stripes are gonna win. No, black and white stripes always win. We're undefeated. We never get wrong. We're never wrong.
There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Sorry, I don't see no color on the wall.
Yeah, when just so we know who's dangerous and hateable today.
Yeah. Get a good make shot.
Yeah, I will.
During the handshake.
Cameraman down there.
I don't think I'm going to be providing much entertaining commentary today, but
You don't think you're going to be providing?
We can't leave. We cannot leave the ice until all the players are gone because they can still get penalties.
Oh, do they get suspended?
That's what I mean. This is like, this is why I'm asking whether you might
On behalf of our Cambridge Women's Blues and Oxford Women's Blues on the goal lines.
They're gonna go again. I'm gonna skip this side so I can come back.
This strike.
Your head's gotta be in the way.
I'm always getting penalty.
So you can have your own.
I'm playing tomorrow. Are you looking for me?
Make some noise for tonight's lineups. From the Cambridge Women's Blues, number 8, Frederick Houston. Number 9, Yoha Hoshizaki. Number 16, Lily Oliver. Number 17, Elizabeth Bearblock. Number 23, Ellie Williams. Number 25, Simrat Sodi. Number 28, Ali Sutherland. Number 30, Alicia Anderson. Number 33, Rachel Atkins. Number 37, Sophie Truepenny. Number 42, Gabby Budd. Number 45, Sibylla Hamilton. Number 55, Celine Chen. Number 56, Cody Knight. Number 75, Maggie Zhang. Number 80, Ellie Presti. Number 88, Melissa Yuan. And the captain, number 7, Sashi Bedford. Now Oxford, make some noise for your Oxford women's. Your lineup, number 2, Hillary Stanley.
Yeah, stop there, Hillary. Beautiful, beautiful. Lovely.
Number 5, Jessica Bond. Number 18, Katie Shea. Number 37, Eleanor Fisher-West.
What number are you?
Number 38, Fanny Deneau. Number 48, Sasha Webb. Number 62, Holly Bahoon. Number 64, Emily Young Men. Number 95, Sophie Fisher. And the Oxford Women's Blues Leadership Group, alternate captain, number 66, Emma Walker Silverman. And your captain, number 68, Leanne Iorio. And your goaltender and captain, number 36, Tash Jury. Ladies and gentlemen, your Oxford Women's Blues. Please rise and remove your caps for the national anthem.
See that thing in the nature where he started singing the American one on the table? Oh, there's like a...
It's only real if you cry during the anthem.
You need a mic. I'll sing. I'll fucking sing.
You can't play it, sing it.
Yeah, I'll go.
Sing it.
I know I'll sing. I don't know. God save our queen. God save the king. Woo!
Okay.
That was brilliant.
Oh my god. Oh, that was great though.
Thank you, Oxford. Good things are worth waiting for. And now for our ceremonial puck drop. This year's Women's Blues ceremonial puck dropper is Awana Gacha. Give it up! Originally from Romania, Awana joined the OUIHC in 2008 and played for both the Women's Blues and the Oxford Vikings, and also served as club secretary on the club committee and Blues assistant captain. Since graduating, she continues to play for the Solent Amazons in the UK Women's Ice Hockey League and captains the British Heart Foundation charity team at annual charity tournaments. Please give a warm Oxford welcome, former Women's Blue, Awana Gacha! Captains, please meet Awana at center ice.
Shoot,
Don't throw the dog. Oh, the dog wants
That's what I'm saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 105th Varsity Weekend. You join us here for the contest about to get underway for the 41st Women's Blues Varsity match. I'm joined in the booth by Dr. Tim Donison, club legend, all-round stalwart. Tim, how are you feeling for today? Ready to rock and roll?
Optimistic as always, Alex. Thanks for having me here.
Excellent. Well, we are very much looking forward to this match. If you're joining us from afar, welcome. We're very glad that we're able to bring this to you live from the Oxford Ice Rink and make sure that everyone around the world can enjoy one of the oldest rivalries in hockey. In fact, the oldest rivalry in hockey. Now, Tim, just looking back on the season here, these guys have clashed twice in regular league play, and it's not really been pretty. Oxford have come out pretty strong, winning the first game 12-0, second game, I believe, 7 or 8-0. So we're looking at something pretty different here. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, regular season eligibility rules are different to those of the varsity match. So the teams are going to stack up slightly differently. Oxford does not have some of its associate members. But that is not to say that they can't come out strong. Obviously, Cambridge, very big bench. That is what we're noticing here today, Tim. Rostered 18 players, 2 goalies, 16 skaters. We know they're going to come out. They're going to have a lot of legs in them. Oxford running a pretty limited bench, only 10 on the bench, I believe. That may or may not include the goalies. I think they have 2 spares.
That's right. Oxford have two lines here tonight. So, you know, being hit by that eligibility rule, missing their second top scorer, Emma Vians, who's playing Vikings tomorrow.
Yeah.
So really key for the Oxford Women's Blues today is to really utilize their skilled players. You've got Walker Silverman up front, standing at center, and Jessica Feng on left wing there, and of course Holly Bahoon in goal, who's played games for the men's Blues this season. So,
yeah,
you know, a pretty skilled outfit from the Oxford women's team. So, you know, Cambridge really have to utilize their numbers here and make Oxford skate hard tonight. So, whichever team plays a full 60 is probably the team that wins the game.
That's good. Right, we are ready to rock and roll, and we are getting underway with the blind puck. For those of you who don't know, Oxford has a couple of visually impaired players. Hilary Scanlon, namely number 2 on the Women's Blues roster here. So Cambridge have very sportingly agreed to use the blind puck as an accessibility adaptation to the game. And we will be using that for the duration of the first period. Blind puck heavier than a regular puck, making noise with the ball bearing inside it as Sheer West breaks the zone, but looks like that's going to be worked out by Joa Hoshizaki, excuse me. Jess Feng with the nice hands as Walker Silverman going to pick that one up alongside the boards as Feng looks down low. Already, I mean, you can see, Tim, that this Oxford team, as the shot comes in from Walker Silverman, is very at ease with this blind puck, using it regularly in trainings, has been used in both of their season games with Cambridge and in some of their other fixtures, rather, with some of the other BUIHA teams.
That's right, Alex. And it's really worth pointing out that Oxford have lent these blind pucks to their opposition throughout the duration of the season. So Cambridge haven't come into this fixture not knowing what this puck feels like.
Here we go. A little bit of a break for Frederick Houston, but not quite able to find the mark. Ali Sutherland just supporting down that left wing, but now Shira West in again, but a good stop made there. I believe that is Alicia Anderson between the pipes for Cambridge. The alternate goalkeeper, Cody Knight, starting off, Catherine Cody Knight. But again, already we're seeing a lot of zone time possession here for the Oxford women. But now Cambridge, a little bit of a fast break coming up. Yoa Hoshizaki, 2-on-1. Sasha Webb gets the stick in the lane, and Hilary Scanlon, the aforementioned visually impaired player, doing a great job to clear there. With Katie Zhang mixing it up along the boards. But no, Sophie Fisher able to get that one up and out.
Yeah, Joa Hoshizaki there, former Women's Blues captain, taking charge of that breakout there.
Absolutely. We have had a too many men penalty come down. Just to clarify, I believe that's come down on the Cambridge bench.
And this might be the experience of the squads here. Which bench runs a tighter ship here? Oxford again was skilled, talented. Cambridge really not looking good with that too many player call. That is not a penalty you want to take within 2 minutes of the open period.
No, absolutely not. I believe we've had one shot either side there. No, possibly just the one shot from Oxford. Not on target from Cambridge there, as Oxford now going to break onto the power play, and this is going to work to their advantage. They don't have the legs in the bench, as we've already said. So this is going to really help them out, with Cambridge having to do a lot more of the skating, as it looks like they're just about able to keep some possession, but Oxford going to want to push this advantage as much as they can. make the puck do the work, make Cambridge do the work rather, tire them out early, and make use of, or eliminate some of that advantage. No offside call, but now Ali Sutherland breaking free, storming into the Oxford defensive zone, 1-on-3, but there's Emma Walker-Silverman to catch that puck. Nicely cleared there. Tiftono to Eleanor Shearer-West, all the way long to Jess Feng. Just Sophie Truepenny back on defense. Nice cross ice into the center of the slot, but Shearer-West can't quite find it. Goalie down in the butterfly. Emma Walker-Silverman just trying to pinch that back to that slot position, but nothing doing so far for Oxford. Cambridge now with a chance to spring the breakout again, but this shift, Tim, very, very long for some of these Cambridge women.
That's right, yeah. They really need to be careful on the shift. They need to get the puck deep, make the change, keep everyone fresh. They've got the numbers for it, so there's no excuse.
Absolutely. Now just looking back again, Sasha Webb hustling hard on the offense there. Normally a defensive player, clearly making up for the lack of numbers by putting in some of that offensive work as well. Sorry, we're just slightly getting to grips with the system here on the clock, so if you see that not quite line up, we'll catch it up when we can. Cambridge just about holding the line. Katie Zhang in the feet, but just holds it. Hillary not able to work it past at number 33 of Rachel Adkins. And Oxford still hemmed in their defensive zone. Good pressure now coming in from Celine Chen.
15 seconds left on the penalty here.
Still with the man advantage. Oxford quite woman advantage, I should say. Oxford haven't really been able to make as much work of this power play as we perhaps would have hoped they would. And that's just dwindling down now. 3 seconds to go, 2-1, and we are back to even strength. Sophie Fisher just able to clear the zone, but Cambridge possession of the puck. So far, pretty level pegging. No one really gaining too much of an early edge as Emily Youngmin tries to keep that one in on the line, but it just gets chipped out. And now we are stalling out somewhat in the neutral zone.
And credit to the Cambridge PK there, clearly putting their best players out there, their most experienced. They know what they're doing on the PK. They're going to clear the zone all day long. Absolutely.
I'm just trying to think who that penalty actually came down, but it was a bench penalty. Dispossession there from the Oxford skaters. Nice work to shut down that Cambridge offense before it really gets started. Anna Shearer-West doing a lot of work. Jess Feng, as already mentioned, icing for the Vikings A here. So clearly a strong two-way player, able to, how would you say that, Tim? Play up to the level, or work on both sides. Offside, late offside, but definitely, I think it's fair to say, the Women's Blues looking to make skaters like Jess, like Emma Walker-Silverman, who are playing at that standard.
Absolutely, and I think that's where the threat for Oxford's going to come in. They're going to rely on these players to carry the play forward, and then you have your role players doing what they're meant to do, crash the net, find the open space out there, try and get some shots, some rebounds.
Absolutely, and you can see even in that play there, Emma Walker-Silverman taking the lap round the net, looking for Emily Youngmin in the slot, manages to pick up the possession, was going for a change, thinks she needs to get those legs rested. Katie Zhang now taking it in, isn't able to find anyone in the middle, and Emily Youngmin just a little bit too far back as Cambridge there able to clear the line. Simrat Sodhi, club co-president for this year, able to make that defensive play. And now Hillary Scanlon on along the boards. Puck got caught up a little bit in the feet there of the changing player.
Ref lets that slide.
I think that one is just going to get let go. Again, now we're just kind of playing that tic-tac-toe in the neutral zone as Hillary Scanlon making the break. Going AWOL, as they say, as the defender by skating up to the forward position. Ali Sutherland getting the stick in the lane there, able to regain possession for Frederick Houston, but Cambridge able to stave off this particular offensive. But Hillary Scanlon all over the offensive zone, putting in the work. But now here comes Sophie Truepenny on the break. Shot goes wide of the net. Cambridge now with a chance in the O-zone. Not really going to find anything much there. Shot did come in from captain Sashi Betford, but didn't really Sophie
get
Truepenny on the break.
Stick.
Shot goes wide of the net along as Jess Feng now takes the skate, but well held in there by Elizabeth Bearlock. Yoa Hoshizaki trying to clear the line and does manage to do so, but the Women's Blues, Oxford Women's Blues I should say, Dark Blues, managing to find their feet. Emma just losing it there. Looking to make the pass across, Jess didn't quite have the stick in the lane, and Ali Sutherland the first to win that race. Tiftono looking to keep it alive, and she does. Jess not really having the power on the shot that she needs, and Cambridge now making the clear. Leanne Iorio there, the captain, co-captain of the Oxford Women's Blues, not quite able to make it. But here comes Walker Silverman crossing over beautifully. Oh, has a stick in the lane. I think that just about count as a shot maybe, but wide of the mark. As Walker Silverman working down low, Emily Youngmin is
Great
able to
redirection
shovel
in front there.
Able to shovel, but not really finding anything but pad there. Well dropped from Alicia Anderson.
That's what they teach you growing up. Get your stick on the ice, drive the net, and you know the puck might ricochet in.
The chances will come. The chances will come.
And credit to the goalies here. This blind puck, it's heavier, it's difficult to manage, it rebounds differently, it doesn't fall nicely into the glove. These goalies have to make an adaptation here. There are goals that are going to trickle in behind them. It's not an easy play just because the puck's bigger.
Absolutely. As a goalie myself, I'm more than happy to tell you, if you have someone that can rip the puck, that thing does become a bit of a consideration. How do you adapt your game?
We've got an icing call. Nice
icing call there. So Oxford women going to be able to get a change in, which, as we've already discussed.
No.
So, as we discussed already, the Oxford game plan is going to be getting those quick shifts in. They don't have the legs. Cambridge made to work a little bit harder now off the back of that icing.
And we can see here line one for Oxford are back out. They have Bashir West on right wing, Walker Silverman at centre, and Jessica Feng on left wing. Their lines are top heavy. They're going for a stacked line one to try and capitalize on the zone possession they've got.
Oh, it's a good redirect from Shira West. And it's just swept up there by Alicia Anderson. But there we go. Already we're seeing the chances drop for Oxford. They've had 3 shots to Cambridge's none so far. None on target at the very least. Alicia Anderson just chatting to the ref. I'm not quite sure if the name on the jersey doesn't quite match up, but the number definitely does. Maybe not quite happy about some after the whistle action. But Oxford still with the zone entry, zone possession, and Sophie Fisher managing to just about win that draw. But puck eventually worked out by Cambridge there. Simrat Sodhi hovering in that neutral zone, looking perhaps for the cherry pick, the high man hockey, that style that Cambridge love to play, Tim. We see it across almost all of their squads, and now the break-in, Hillary Scanlon able to get the clearance. Simrat Sodhi needs to get back out, and I believe that's also Sashi Bedford. But now the re-entry comes through from Gabby Budd.
And these players not afraid to play the body here. This is a non-checking game, but that doesn't mean non-contact.
Quite right. As is often the case with people new to the sport, not realizing that non-contact and non-checking are two very different things. And I think both sets of women here are going to be looking to put the body on. We now have the spring. Elizabeth Bearblock dangles, but no, Sasha Webb to clear. Shot comes back in, isn't on target. Don't think any of that made it through the traffic.
And complaints from Sasha Webb there. Driving the net, just took the body.
Oh, you can see Katie Zhang really getting the body into that. She may have to be careful of how that stick wraps around, because that was potential for something minor. But luckily enough, she's kept it low. Shot comes in. Holly Bahoon makes the stop. Might have gone off a foot, but Cambridge getting something on the board there. Now with their first convincing stint of ozone possession. Shot pass comes up to the slot. On the point now, Elizabeth Bearblock looking to work it down, but Sasha Webb challenging early. Emma Walker-Silverman moving those feet quickly down to hustle the corners. Emily Youngmin, just a little bit of a confusion mix-up, but now Oxford with the puck looking to break free of their own zone. Hilary Scanlon kicking it past 4 of the Cambridge players. Is going 1-on-2 in the O zone, but just about corralled here by Elizabeth Bearblock as puck now deep back into the Oxford zone. Time for them to regroup, perhaps. Again, just getting held up here. Captain Sashi Bedford looking to try and make something happen. Sticks in there from Shira West and Emma Walker-Silverman. I believe someone's just gone down on top of the puck there. That is Maggie Zhang. And now Jess Feng with the breakaway. This could be a very real scoring chance for Oxford. Is pushed very wide, but that shot cleared before it hits
good defensive
traffic.
play from there, Cambridge. Textbook, play the body wide, get players back, limit the scoring opportunity.
Absolutely, great angling work there to push that offensive of Jess Feng all the way out to the wing. Not really give the shot. Emma Walker-Silverman tries to rip that one into the slot. Now Ali Sutherland no stranger to this Varsity match, has been around this game for some time. Captain Sashi Bedford offloads to Frederick Euster, but not really able to make it work. Cambridge getting the changes in now.
And Oxford changing too.
Having a chance to regroup, get some fresh legs on the ice. Tiftono able to keep it out. Sophie Fisher, looking to try and make something happen.
And credit to Sophie Fisher here, stepping up in the Varsity match, limited players, moving to centre, allowing for that line one to stack that line one. So she's playing her first, big game as centre, and so far she's handling the pressure pretty well.
Absolutely. Obviously, slightly more difficult for us to comment on the Cambridge roster situation since we're not so privy to that information throughout the seasons. But yeah, as you said, Tim. Oh,
so we got a hooking call.
Nice hooking call there, ref. Always got to give the refs their credits. So that is a minor penalty on number 55. 2 minutes for hooking there on Celine Chen.
And this is what Cambridge don't want. These kind of penalties, they happen because you're not moving your feet, you're watching the play, you're allowing your stick to do the work. Cambridge have the numbers here, they need to keep their feet moving, they need to outwork Oxford. You cannot be taking penalties like that.
Absolutely. Now, this is a chance for Oxford to really strike. They have the advantage, they have the momentum here on this 2 minute player advantage, looking to try and work this somewhat of an umbrella system here, maybe looking into more of a 1-3-1, but somewhat difficult to tell. And that's well held in from Sasha Webb there. Quick feet. Jess Feng trying to get fancy with the stick work, but really...
Great player by Yoa Hosaka there.
Yeah, ex-captain really stepping up. Ali Southern looking to make the move in, but Hilary Scanlon quick to dispossess her of that blind puck there. Jess Feng with the poke check, doesn't quite manage to strip it away.
Now Oxford need to regroup here.
They definitely do, and it's time for them to get moving offensively. That is an offside, but not going to be called. No strain there. Ali Sutherland not troubling to play the puck while she was off. Managed to get back on, and now Sasha Webb needs to find some breakout power. Here's Shira West, able to get past one. Can she get past two? Ali Sutherland trying to make the stop, but Yoa Hoshizaki in that defensive quadrant there, doing just fine to slow the pace of the game down. Sophie Fisher now dumps and chases in deep, supported by Emily Youngman on the far wing. Are they going to be able to get the strip here of the puck? Sophie goes down, no foul play there. Katie Zhang though in quickly, really looking to mix it up in the corners. 40 seconds left on this power play.
And
now.
This is what Oxford need to do. They need to get the puck deep and they need to win possession back.
Yeah.
At the moment, they're doing a good job of getting it deep, but they just haven't managed to set the play up yet.
Yeah. I think we're just seeing lots of the right ideas, but not quite the right connections, if we can fairly call it that, Tim. Oh, one down, but nothing doing. Cambridge now have a
Cambridge
chance.
3 on 1 here.
This is a real chance. Melissa Yuan throws it to the slot, and I can't quite believe that's Sibylla Hamilton trying to work it through that central zone.
And recovery by Holly Bahoon there.
Yeah,
Keep it
well
on top
done.
of the play, watching the puck, getting the whistle, allowing Oxford to get the change and regroup. Got 5 seconds left on the power play.
It's going to be a tough one for Oxford to swing that on this power play.
Cambridge electing to go for a 5-on-3 to start this faceoff.
That's definitely not what can be described as a tactical advantage. But yes, power play winding down now. 3 seconds to even strength, and Oxford hemmed in their own zone. Not really going to be able to get the most of it. And just able to regain possession quickly. As Bashir West along the board, she's been phenomenal along the board so far. The little chips past. Can Walker Silverman get to the line before the puck does? Not quite, as that first attempt doesn't quite sit, but Eleanor able to get the dump and change. Clear the defensive slide. Very slow change from Oxford. Very overexposed. Puck going central, but the good thinking of Katie Zhang. Quick feet movement slows that one up. Emma Walker Silverman forechecking 1-on-5. And now Hilary Scanlon has a chance. She can really rip this thing if she's given the option. Doesn't quite make it through the traffic, all things told, but Katie Zhang now with possession behind the net, trying to swing it to Emily Youngman playing that slot position. Much better positionally, I think, from Oxford, Tim, now that we're seeing. They've figured out if they can try and get some traffic in front, try and get some of these, maybe slightly kind of grittier goals. Don't need to be super clean, don't need to be hitting the top corners from the hash marks, but they can really get moving on these.
Absolutely. They don't ask how many goals to score, that's how many.
Quite right, quite right. It seems Oxford still managing to keep the zone and mainly possession, just not quite pressuring enough in the right spots. Puck going to leave the zone. Sasha Webb now mixing it up along the boards.
Great work by Webb on the boards there.
Really mixing it up. And
some fists flying there from 45 from Cambridge.
Sibylla Hamilton trying to lay the body. Captain Sashi Bedford coming in to help out.
But hey, the refs are allowing them to play.
I think that's in a match of these stakes, Tim, I think that's the right call.
100%.
Give them a little bit of extra leeway. Nothing, untoward.
Let everyone settle in.
But give them the opportunity to play up to the occasion. Chipped in by Jess Fang. Emma Walker-Silverman now dangles, pulls back. Going to try and move to Jess Fang, but not finding anything. Sheer West. And it is kept in the glove of Alicia Anderson.
Yeah, good pressure there from Oxford, keeping the play alive, trying to get shots on net. But, credit to Cambridge. They're getting sticks in the middle. They're, preventing those opportunities from Oxford, really keeping the probabilities that low. And, credit to the goalie. They're tracking the back and an easy save ultimately.
Yeah. That's quite right. I mean, neither goalie has yet seen anything super challenging. So it's possible that they'll hit the rooms after this period and come up with a slightly different, perhaps, game plan, revise some of their options here. We're seeing a lot of stick handling, not a lot of shoot-first mentality.
And this might be part of playing with the blind puck. It's a difficult puck to play with. Some of the players aren't used to it. Certainly the goalies aren't used to it. And so it's a lot of feeling out in this first period with this blind puck.
That's a great shot from Walker-Silverman. Net's come all the way off. That was a real hammer, but unfortunately I think the pegs there may have just slipped a little bit. Ref perhaps chatting to Alicia Anderson, just to give a little bit of a mention to say, hey, be careful on your posts there. But very convincing attacking opportunity there for Oxford. Puck is down with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in this first period here. For those of you following along at home, this will be the only period with the blind puck. It is a hybrid game, but the second and third periods will both be played with the standard regulation puck. As Oxford not quite able to make this chance work for them. Cambridge getting the breakout set up. Sasha Webb having to hustle back hard on defense as I believe that is Melissa Wan again, able to take the zone deep. 86, sorry, not quite Melissa Wan. Oh, no, possibly. Blind puck worked along the boards there by Hilary Scanlon. Yoa Hoshizaki trying to take that option away, but deep into the corners is Scanlon. Into the feet of Melissa Yuan. But Cambridge managed to maintain possession there. Yoa Hoshizaki on a stormer, going in deep over the red line, so no icing. Hilary Scanlon is going to be first. Of course, that was a little bit of a shove in the back there by my standards. But Hilary Scanlon able to recover well, clear the line. Ali Sutherland coming in for the follow-through, nothing doing. Hilary on the floor, 2 down. But Cambridge dispossessed of the puck now.
Delayed offside, I believe, not a penalty. Nope, delayed penalty, I believe.
Delayed penalty. Maybe there was a hook in there.
There was a trip.
A trip.
Tough. It was on Cambridge, I believe.
Cambridge tripping. Wow. Let's see who it is. Number 42. That is Gabby Buds tripping 2 minutes. So
again, when the puck's in your feet there, you've got to be very careful with your stick. Like, everyone's watching the puck. It's a bigger puck. You just can't afford offensive zone penalties like that.
Yeah.
The Cambridge coach would be furious at that.
This is now the third penalty Cambridge have taken in this period alone, and I got to say to him, they really got to start cleaning up their act here, because right now Oxford aren't punishing them the way that they perhaps could. But it's definitely probable that if they keep this up, Oxford are going to start swinging in the momentum and really start hammering home a bit more.
Absolutely.
Sashi Bedford getting in amongst it on the boards, but in amongst it is now Emma Walker-Silverman looking to find the pass across. Jess Fung takes the shot, but caught up in the breezes there of...
yeah, great play by Cambridge there, blocking the middle.
Ali Sutherland with the breakaway sends it low and wide, as Oxford quickly able to regain possession. Leanne Iorio, the captain, now trying to work along the boards, but captain on captain action. Sashi Bedford trying to deny that escape. Is worked back in along the boards. Leanne Iorio again trying to push forward. Now Yoa Hoshizaki moving forward, Ali Sutherland there. These two clearly playing as something of a bit of a dynamic duo, having been teammates for quite some time, if my memory is anything to go by. Definitely they'll be looking to try and find each other. Yoa alone really in the offensive zone, not really getting any help. Cambridge going for a change now. Big change.
That's exactly what you need from your penalty kill. You need your best players out there, hugging the puck, eating time. And that's exactly what Yoa did there.
That's exactly it. Just killing the minutes. You didn't need to do anything fancy. Not trying to score short-handed goals, really. But if you're stopping Oxford in their tracks, you know, and then you think you have 5 skaters, if you're making them work up and down the ice, you're going to come out the beneficiary of that trade deal.
So Cambridge relying pretty heavily on their PK coming towards the end of this first period. And, you know, credit to them. They have a strong PK outfit, and they're clearly not afraid to get in the dirty areas, get some penalties, and play on the edge.
Absolutely. Melissa Yuan now taking it to Hilary Scanlon, but Hilary Scanlon coming off the better of the two, as now Rachel Adkins looking to try and gain the zone, goes for the long dump. I believe that's still working along. Kept in by Melissa Yuan, immediately stripped out by Hilary Scanlon as we enter the final minute of the first period. As the Oxford Women's Blues look to try and make a zone entry. Can anything come of this blind puck period? Normally, the first game of the season, Tim, I was there in Cambridge. The first period with the blind puck, 5 goals to Oxford. Second period with a regulation puck, 5 goals to Oxford. Third period with a regulation puck, 2 goals to Oxford. So we know they can score against this team with this puck. But clearly today, Cambridge are bringing their A game. This is a game of high stakes and historic proportions. As now Sasha Webb looking to try and make the move, doesn't quite get through the traffic. Emily Youngmin there to support, but Cambridge going to be able to have the clearance caught up in, I believe, the shells of Celine Chen. As we hit the final 10 seconds of the period, Walker Silverman going to look to try and put it on net, but I don't think anything's going to really happen there. Stick in the lane, shot comes off, is well held.
Going wide, but still. Big save for the 10D.
Good to get the eye in. And that will do for our first period here. We're going to go to a quick intermission while we get the ice cuts, and we'll join you for all the action back in the second period.
I could literally focus it on source space all throughout. I might actually try to do it. Oh yeah, no, it keeps going.
The whole time. We're doing fine.
Alex, it's not me who set him loose in this ring.
You did. No, that's not bad. Best 365. Okay, most popular best.
And we are back for all the action here in the second period of the 41st Women's Blues Varsity Ice Hockey match. I'm joined again by Tim Donison. I am your host, president, whatever else you want to call me, Alex Carmichael for the evening. It's a pleasure to be back, Tim. So far, score draw, nothing doing on the first period with the blind puck. We're now going back to the traditional standard puck here, so familiar, I believe, to most of our viewers. Just a quick public safety announcement. Might have dropped out momentarily. No, I think we're back as we head into this second period here of the contest. Ice cuts after every period, so nice, fresh playing surfaces. And I mean, based on what we've seen so far, Tim, I don't know. I think it's going to be tough to call this one. It doesn't seem like Oxford have tired yet. Obviously, that's perhaps an optimistic thing to say this early on. There is still 40 minutes of hockey to come. But Cambridge also haven't really been pressuring them extremely hard. It hasn't seemed like there's been that many dangerous chances. I think the shot count, Oxford are leading something like 5-3, at least by my count. I may not have the official numbers, but so far, not really much in it.
Yeah, certainly end-to-end action, I feel. Oxford with more, a zone play in the Cambridge end. But, Cambridge have been solid defensively. Their PK has killed 3 for 3, and they've looked solid on the counter-attack. I
mean, that is a very fair point, that Oxford have had a lot of these opportunities that maybe they shouldn't have had. They shouldn't really... Cambridge shouldn't really be giving those penalties away, but they've worked very hard to just kill them off. And
as we said at the start of the stream, the key for Cambridge here really is to utilize their numbers. They need to get the puck deep, they need to work the offensive zone, they need to tire the Oxford team out, get the puck behind the goal line, cycle for some opportunities, and all it takes is one goal.
All it takes is one. We are underway now in the second. Expect the pace of the game to increase rather rapidly here with the switch over back to the regular puck. You can see already Emma Walker-Silverman very much at ease as she comes storming down this left-hand wing. Deeks through one, through two, round the back of the net, looking for something in the slot. Jess Fung throws the shot on, isn't really able to get it through traffic. But already Oxford coming out of the gates flying. They know they need to put some pressure on in this second period now, as effectively we're back to square one. Now Yoa Hoshizaki looking for Captain Sashi Bedford, but doesn't find the pass. Broken up there by Jess Fung in front. And Oxford going for a quick change. Line 2 jumping on here as Cambridge have a bit of a moment to breathe in their own zone. Ready to set up the breakout. Long pass up to Frederique Houston here. Looking ahead. No, Melissa Yuan just holding the line. Sophie Fisher trying to get tangled up in the action. And now Captain Leanne Iorio to throw that one out of the zone. Yoa Hoshizaki just playing it nice and slow. Elizabeth Baerblock has plenty of time. The Oxford forecheck is taking a moment there just to get in, but here's Katie Zhang looking for some action. Sophie Fisher off the boards, tries to chip it back down, but a slight miscommunication. They've just missed each other, unfortunately, and Frederique Houston laying it in front for Ali Sutherland. Unfortunately, laid it a little bit too far ahead. Katie Zhang now with the possession, as that is going to be worked through the Cambridge players. Down into the corner now. Sophie Fisher in the corner looking deep. Katie Zhang not going to find anything in front, as that one is stripped away by Melissa Yuan. And Sasha Webb, defensive backstop there to try and throw it down. I think we are going to get an icing call there. She was behind the red line. No change for the Oxford women on that icing call.
And a tired line 2 for Oxford remaining out there. Well, Cambridge can change and get some fresh legs out. So a real opportunity to get some significant zone time here for the Light Blues.
For sure. That is like a very critical point. We talked about the icing going the other way, where it was a massive boon for Oxford. By that same token, this is very much an affliction, if you like, where they are stuck out there. Legs are getting tired. They're working hard. I mean, this wasn't a short shift to start with. It was fairly prolonged. And now they're having to stay out and work even harder. Cambridge keeping it close along the board. Sophie Fisher getting in and amongst it, and is going to be tossed out by Hilary Scanlon, kept in by the body there of Elizabeth Baerblock. But finally, Oxford managed to clear the zone. Cambridge regrouping in the neutral, looking to try and push the passing plays ahead.
And number two for Oxford, Hilary, doing a great job again to clear the zone and be a backstop there for Oxford.
Absolutely. Emily Youngmin getting the feet involved, stopping the advance of Sophie Truepenny. As now Truepenny gets free, but is quickly dispossessed by Sophie Fisher. Emily Youngmin again helping in, coming in as the backup. I think Emily now has to put the forecheck in to allow her line mates to get the line change, and she's doing a fantastic job of that. Great positional read. And now Walker Silverman comes flying in off the bench. Look at the speed. As Tiftono 2-on-1, but has plenty of chance to slow that one down. Gets to stick in the lane again. Celine Chen not really able to gain too much progress there, and that's a good clear from Sheer West.
And Oxford's line 1 back out.
There we go. That's the strength that they were looking for. Just, oh, isn't it? Great chance for Sheer West, but doesn't quite find the mark.
Yeah, great look there for Oxford. Great pass to the middle, not quite able to get that shot off. And that's the benefit of the regular puck. You're familiar with it, you can corral it a bit better, you can get a shot off quicker.
Absolutely. That quick release, that's definitely going to be the key difference. You know, a lot of the players with the blind puck taking a lot longer to settle it down on their stick, as it were. But we're expecting to see much pacier pace of game more generally, I think, as well as the shots coming in hard and fast. Jess Fung fighting down in the boards here. 2-on-2 battle. Emma Walker-Silverman just giving her a little bit of space, but Jess Fung taking on 2 and coming out just about on top there. Emma Walker-Silverman quick hops to try and get back in front. And again, both of those women there playing on the Vikings A team, so no strangers to working together, and no strangers to a slightly faster pace of competition as well. So definitely the Women's Blues looking to them. Oh, good shot from Emma Walker-Silverman. Is turned away well by the legs of Alicia Anderson there down in the butterfly. Tiftono manages to keep it in. Referee says nope, did not clear the line. As now Oxford looking to keep this possession, keep tightening the thumb screws here on this advance. As again, another 2v2 battle down in the low boards on the left-hand side. Melissa Yuan, good strong clear, but straight to the waiting stick of Katie Zhang.
And Cambridge really on the ropes here. Oxford managing to get a line change while Cambridge are blocked in their zone.
And now here we go, Gabby Budd making a break for it, but very quickly held up by 3 Oxford players. Good work on the back check there by the Oxford squad. Able to shut that down, not give away any dangerous kind of 1-on-0 breakouts. I think that's going to be really a problematic situation, I think it's fair to say. Obviously the goalie Holly Bahoon doing a lot in the first period, but not having really seen much action this second period. You don't want your goalie having to face down a 1-on-0 when they're not warmed up and in the moment. That's quite a difficult thing to recover from. So well protected there by the defensive end. Sophie Fisher looking for the backhand, finds the forehand. And Alicia Anderson is going to work herself out to that one. Not really any dangerous challenge, but it makes the save out, makes the move, and just slows that one down. That's also, I mean, I don't know about you, Tim, but to me, that as a goalie, that strikes me as a fairly smart play. Just keep your hands in the action, make sure you know what you're doing, not getting cold.
Absolutely, and you know, Oxford have some significant zone possession here, and as a goalie, you can freeze the play, allow your players to change, regroup, slow the pace down a bit.
Exactly that. And we already know that pace is now going to be ramping up. There's that was a big shove, a very big shove from Alicia Anderson.
Potentially with a blocker there, she has to be very careful.
That is a very close one. I mean, if that blocker gets involved, that's looking at much more serious penalties there.
Certainly, but Cambridge are going to defend their goalie. They're going to clear the crease, clear the house.
For sure. I mean, just looking that back on the replay, that was a pretty mighty shove from Alicia Anderson.
Another big save.
You can tell the Oxford players want to make her pay for that. They're now getting, look at this positional play now from Sheer West and from Jess Fung, making Cambridge's lives difficult in and amongst the slot. Look at the battle going on in front. Jess Fung throws it in front, isn't quite going to find the target. Hillary in front, looking for the puck, manages to find it. Ali Sutherland giving her a little bit of afters there, but nothing too untoward.
But Hillary's a tough character. She's not going to take any of that.
Exactly. Nothing given away for free. Jess Fung still working low off the play from Walker Silverman and Webb down at the point. Looking for the tip in, and that is well held.
That is a huge save by the Cambridge Tendy.
By Alicia Anderson. It looked particularly dramatic there.
And the Cambridge goalie looking pretty good so far. Not really tested so much in the first period, but in the first 5 minutes of the second,
Yeah.
quite a
Very
few
much-
shots.
Very much the case. And holding the pressure well. I mean, these are high-stakes games. If you give away that first goal, have your mental get thrown off, that's a very difficult position to recover from. So making these big saves, knowing that you have that self-confidence is a very important part of the goalie mental game. Cambridge now just trying to make the break out of their own zone. They've been there for a lot of this period. Leanne Iorio, captain, or co-captain of the Women's Blues this year, able to pick that one up. Katie Zhang looking to make the move off a very late night playing college ice hockey last night. Is rebounding strong as Celine Chen and Emily Youngman getting into it on the blue line, but looks like that puck is going to be tied up along the boards. Leanne not able to keep it in and cleared, long clear there.
An icing.
And that's a pretty fair icing call if you ask me, Tim.
Oxford able to change here. Cambridge, same players out.
Yeah.
So again, more sustained zone pressure from Oxford.
Quite right. The possession game is all Oxford right now. It's coming up dark blue. Sibylla Hamilton, unfortunately, just throwing that one a little bit longer than she needed to, and that is going to cost Cambridge in the general kind of in the legs department, as it were. There's the clearance. Sibylla Hamilton again, making sure she doesn't just send it flying. Learned from that mistake. And Sheer West looking to try and get that entry. There is another potential icing call, and there it is. Cambridge again stuck out. Same legs, same characters, not getting the relief they need. This could be a pretty critical chance for Oxford here. Deep hair gonna stay on for Oxford. Thought about the change, but looking to make the most of this advantage pressure. Walker Silverman wins the draw straight back to Jess Fong. It's a great shot.
Yes.
It's well held by Alicia Anderson.
Set
though.
play from there from Oxford. A quick backhand draw win to an offside shot from Feng in the slot.
I mean, textbook. You couldn't draw it up any better than that. It just so happens that Alicia Anderson clearly very switched on.
Yep, credit to the Cambridge goaler there, being switched on, making a nice save.
For sure, for sure. And that's going to feel good as well. You have these set plays. Ooh, interesting face-off kind of win for Oxford. Tiftono going to hold the line, sends it back in deep. The forecheck isn't quite there in time, but Emily Youngman manages to get the steal on that, as I say it. Is going to try and be worked out now. Captain Sashi Bedford looking to make the move, tries to send it across for Simrat Sodi, but not really finding the mark there, not going tape to tape. Kept in well by Gabby Budd. Leanne Iorio going to be able to win that foot race.
And surprisingly, Cambridge electing not to make the change on that successful breakout.
Yeah, that does strike us as a little bit of an odd one, given that they've just had two back-to-back icings, and Oxford have been kind of working them in their zone. Perhaps an interesting one there from Cambridge to stay the course, as it were. Now then, just a bit of a, we've hit that mid-period lull, I think, Tim, where the teams are just kind of struggling to maybe find a little bit of the rhythm. They've both had kind of a couple of opportunities, but not perhaps stringing it together in quite such a concrete way. True Penny throwing it in, but not really able to work it. Waiting for it to catch up. And now Oxford with the zone entry. Tiftono and Hilary Scanlon kind of tripping over each other. Katie Zhang, my mistake. Almost tripping over each other a little bit. Good stick in the lane from Tiftono. And now the potential breakout. Here comes Simrat Sodi, Cambridge CYHC co-president. Isn't able to make it work. That's got to be... No offside. There it is.
There we go.
There it's called.
And Cambridge really struggling through the neutral zone here. They're managing to get the puck out, but Oxford's back checkers are getting on them pretty quick. And as we said at the start of the stream, Cambridge need to make the puck do the work. They need to get the puck deep and chase it. They're having no success at carrying it in the zone at the moment.
I think that's the case. We just need to see a little bit more of the puck work than the stick work. We've had a couple of moments where, we're seeing these players try and go long, one on 2, 3, 4. And it just hasn't worked. But here comes Walker Silverman with her signature sprint. She's hounding hard for that puck. Great work in the corner, hassling Yoa Hoshizaki. Great lay of the body, and Emma Walker Silverman comes out trumps. Hilary Scanlon just able to hold the line, but is stripped away by Ali Sutherland, coming back the other way now. A very strong chance for Oxford, but Gia West manages to strip that one out, and Jess Fung now with the one-on-one breakout. Jess Fung down the right wing. looking for something more. Emma Walker-Silverman just trailing her, but unfortunately the possession just clocked out. And that's just an unfortunate blind look pass that hasn't really gone to anyone. Sasha Webb left to tidy it up on defense. Now we're moving back in, but we're just going line to line, Tim. A little bit of ping pong at the moment in that middle of the period phase. Holly Bahoon stepping up, getting herself in the groove. Shot goes through, doesn't really go anywhere too near the goalie. Stuck in foot traffic in front. Here comes the second shot. Goes far wide for Yoa Hoshizaki. Cambridge still with possession. Melissa Yuan looking to move it. Katie Zhang now sees the chance to try and spring.
And a mammoth shift there from Yoa Hoshizaki.
Very much so. Credit where it is due.
Taking the one-on-one on Jess Feng and then rushing the play up and getting a nice shot off.
Absolutely. I mean, that's, you know, it's not quite a 200-foot game, but it's not far off it. That's diligent work both ends of the ice. What you'd expect from someone who's previously had a varsity captaincy. Or a little bit of a miscommunication from Cambridge. Emily Youngmin with a potential moment there, but just couldn't quite find the puck in her feet. Still has it, still trying to lob it through. And now, Sashi Bedford looking to make the move, but not able to quite follow up. Sibylla Hamilton tried to lay the body. Both go down, nothing untoward there. Good stick in from Holly Bahoon, very nice. Cambridge looking to make the passing play in the slot. Dangerous chance for Sashi Bedford, but not finding the mark. Sasha Webb now needs to get this moving. Needs to get Cambridge out of those. She has. She's taking them on. She's going for the long shot. Does go wide.
Speaking of varsity captaincy, Sasha Webb there leading the play, getting the shot off.
Quite right. Previous last year's captain there, Sasha Webb, as you rightly mentioned, Tim. Emma Walker-Silverman, though, what a force of nature. Just grit, grind, and grossel. She is working hard. May she be rewarded? Let's wait and see. Jess Fung now is the one to spring. Going on in the back on the forehand, lets the shot loose.
Great
It's
luck.
well held from Alicia Anderson. But Jess Fung just showing what she can get done there. And another one is going to go off the stick of Sophie Truepenny in front. And now Cambridge with a chance to clear out. You can start to hear a little bit of the background. The building is looking to start heating up. We do have, I believe, both sets of men's blues in the house as well. No call from the ref there. Couple of spills in quick succession, but nothing untoward. Battle in the corner once more. Someone goes down.
Delay penalty.
Penalties coming up. I think that was Tiff Deneau that went down. And that's a tripping call there on to Celine Chen, taking down Tiff Deneau. And this is now the fourth power play, Tim, the fourth 2-minute minor that Cambridge have taken.
And another tripping call in the offensive zone. These are really penalties that Cambridge do not want to be taking.
Quite right. I was about to start singing some Lady Gaga there. As it just came on over the mic, you can tell I got a bit distracted. But no, in all seriousness, Cambridge can't really be making that kind of mistake again. It's just not really there to take.
Sooner or later, Oxford will capitalise on these chances.
Quite right. I think that was Emily Youngmin throwing the body in along the boards, managing to take down potentially Sophie Truepenny. Can't quite tell from this angle. And now captain Sashi Bedford making the move. Sasha Webb twists around. Hillary and Sasha, a very strong defensive pair. Sasha with a great strip. Sophie Fisher now has the chance. Sends it ahead. Emily Youngman skating hard on the forecheck. And it is just cleared straight out. As you can hear on the announcements there, the Oxford Women's Blues, sponsored by Aldi Power Play. As Sasha Webb looks to try and keep that one in. The miscommunication from the D there. Hillary, I think, believing that Sasha would go for it. Sasha instead opting to take the coverage of the other slot. And Sasha just managing to find it in her feet there now. Look in, shot blocked by the shins of Bashir West. Yoa Hoshizaki looking to make it move. Jess Fung well in on the forecheck. Here comes Walker-Silverman, winds up, and off she goes. No, Sashi Bedford stops that train in its tracks.
Yeah, great defensive play there by Bedford, getting the stick on stick.
Very nice work to block the lane there and not give Emma Walker-Silverman that kind of freedom. The freedom she's got now, has the shot, lets it loose, but is going to be stopped up by Alicia Anderson. We had 2 shots there. Still on the power play here for Oxford, 30 seconds remaining, and Cambridge looking to try and make something work. I mean, saying that, we have now the breakaway. Sibylla Hamilton, no icing, of course, it being on the power play. Goalie goal, someone shouted in the crowd, I heard. And that's going to get cleared straight back up. I don't think that's actually going to make it for the icing. So Katie Zhang has the move, has the inside lane, throws it back in front, bounces off a skate. Not quite the angle they were hoping for. Now Cambridge with possession. The long dump down the ice is no longer available. Back to even strength. Katie Zhang getting in the mix, taking 2-on-1. And that puck will go long. Not quite going to make the full distance, so no icing call. Tiftono with plenty of time. Not as many options, but KT West going to accelerate that puck forward. And now Jess Fung, 2-on-1 with Emma Walker-Silverman. This is a lethal combination. Sends the shot high. Well held by the glove of Alicia Anderson. Did actually end up popping out. But Oxford here looking dangerous. Now they're starting to make some moves. A breakaway opportunity here for Sophie Truepenny, Celine Chen, just perhaps getting caught up in the action. And now the same coming back the other way. Sheer West lays it off for Jess Fung. You can tell though, Tim, the legs are starting to falter. Oxford are getting a little bit tired, only having 2 lines. Not sure what some funny business along the bench there was with a couple of errant sticks, but nothing called, nothing seen from the ref.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. Oxford feeling it in the legs a little bit.
Yeah.
Able to get a couple of length skating, but then they've got to get the change. You got tired players out there, and you might get a goal against. So
nice pick up there by Bahoon.
And this is the moment in the game where Cambridge really have to step on the gas and push Oxford to the limit.
Quite right. I think some words being had with the referee now. Sasha Webb not happy about something, but ref trying to kind of allay any of those anxieties.
So Cambridge's top.
Oxford is now playing 4-on-5. Not quite sure. Oh, that's a very, very poor. That is a very poor change. Slightly lacking on the discipline there.
Yeah,
I think
not sure why there was a long change there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I don't think the message was relayed correctly between their teammates there.
Nevertheless, more time for Oxford to recover here.
Quite right. Get some stamina back, and Hillary Scanlon able to push that up all the way to the line. Yoa Hoshizaki taking the walk. Hillary with the puck in her feet. Does manage to get it moving, but Yoa again knocks it in deep. Captain Sashi Bedford now making the move. Shot goes up in the air. Gabby Budd has it on her stick. Holly Bahoon!
Oh!
An open chance, an open net for Cambridge, but they just can't execute. Sashi Bedford was primed and in position. That was very dangerous for Oxford indeed. Caught in the feet now of Gabby Budd. Tiftono laying the body. Hillary going hard. Holly takes the shot. Stopped well. Right in front again. This is awful for Oxford. Cambridge are having so many chances. Holly saves again. Gabby Budd sees it through the legs, isn't quite finding it. Rachel Adkins trying to look at it, and now Katie Zhang! Katie Zhang tripping! Oh, referee!
Penalty shot.
A penalty shot! A 1-on-0 breakaway. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the moment that sparks the game alight.
And what a sequence of events there. Cambridge with so much sustained pressure, getting their best players out on a tired Oxford lineup, and Holly Bahoon coming up big with 4 consecutive pad saves.
Incredible pressure from Cambridge to make that happen. I do apologise for the volume there. I got a little bit excited, but this is now something really quite special. A penalty shot in a varsity match, Tim. You've been around this game for a lot longer than I have. I can't remember anything in my time there being a penalty shot.
No, nor can I.
This, especially not in regulation. Penalty shootout, obviously a different beast, but this is a real chance for Oxford to make a difference. I'm not sure if they can choose who their penalty taker is.
I believe it's the player who got taken down. So that'd be Katie Zhang.
I thought so too.
It's time for an Oxford Blues penalty shot!
So, of course, a penalty shot given to a player who's taken down cleanly on a breakaway from behind. Not able to get the shot away.
That's very well drawn from Katie Zhang. She's played a blinder there. Had the opportunity. They are able to select
and it seems
the penalty
like
taker.
Walker Silverman is out there for the penalty shot.
Emma Walker-Silverman, can she get it done?
So Oxford's leading goal scorer here.
Away she goes. Hanging right. Alicia Anderson comes out to meet her, throws it.
Big save.
It's a big blocker. It is a big blocker for Alicia Anderson. It looked good from Walker-Silverman. You could see the idea going up and on the far side.
That'll be a big momentum boost for the Cambridge side. That was a very good save.
Their fans were fans of that. Oxford do gain the zone after all of that, but wow, what excitement. That was truly something. I've never seen a penalty shot in a varsity match, Tim. That has made my evening already.
And we still haven't seen a penalty shot goal yet.
We've still never seen a penalty shot goal. Emma Walker-Silverman launches another howitzer from the hash marks, but doesn't really connect with anything. I think stopped up in traffic in front. Now, well in. You can tell this game is getting physical now, Tim. You're seeing the bodies laid a lot more. A little bit of a stick in the foot.
And certainly
over the top.
Part of that will be tiredness, but you know, it's still all to play for here.
Very much so. Very much so. And you know, we were talking at the start of this period about potentially Oxford weathering the storm a little bit better and looking pretty fresh. I think it's fair to say that has now. Those chickens have come home to roost. Only having 2 lines does put a bit of a toll on those players. Take a toll, rather. And we're seeing something of that cardio fade out a little bit. Although I think it's fair to say the intensity is still very much there. The hunger is there.
Absolutely.
You can see that from that Katie Zhang breakaway. And even now, like Emily Youngmin throwing on the gas to try and get into that corner, win those puck battles, working hard behind the net, rather, just to throw in front, someone in the slot.
And you have to feel the longer the Cambridge tender keeps the Light Blues in this game as a 0-0 game, the greater the opportunity for Cambridge here.
I think so too. And now Melissa Yuan on a breakaway. Hillary with the foot save is able to take it out. Potentially a slightly risky change there. No call from the refs, with maybe more on ice than expected. Emily Youngmin.
Ridden hard into the boards there.
Very much. Frederique Houston getting her money's worth in that interaction. No icing. It looks like Oxford potentially have a breakaway. Emma Walker-Silverman getting held up 9 ways to Sunday. Oh, that is a bad change. I think we might
That'll
see
be
the
too many men.
It's got to be
too many players. Excuse me, from
refs seen
the Oxford
it.
side.
He's shaking his head. He doesn't want to have to call it, but that is quite a poor change up. I think the puck did actually go out of the gate there. Puck required. There's one. Was it? Are we getting a too many men? I'm just trying to.
Too many player, Alex.
Sorry, too many men. I must apologise. We're just trying to ascertain if there is a penalty being given or if Oxford have somehow managed to talk themselves out of it.
It's up on the board.
It is up. Do we know?
So that'll be a bench minor penalty for Oxford.
Yeah.
Can't see who's serving it. But this is a huge opportunity for Cambridge.
I believe it must be Sheer West as the only blue helmet on the team, and the only blue helmet I can't see on the bench.
Oxford penalty, bench minor for too many women on the ice.
There is the too many women call coming through. Emma Walker-Silverman fighting off Ali Sutherland, doing very well there to drive off that pressure. And now Yoa Hoshizaki has the chance. Shot thrown in front, stripped away by Hillary Scanlon. Yoa Hoshizaki has gone down hard.
It's not the first time this match has gone down hard. It looked potentially like a cramp.
I'm not quite sure. She's slow to get up, is walking back to the Cambridge bench.
And we've all been there. They're tough.
She's really not happy with favouring that the right leg. Thinks something's happened on that left foot.
And that's a significant blow for Cambridge, a real key player for
Very
them.
much so, a core part of that roster. Some discussions had with the ref at the moment from the Cambridge bench, but play continuing. Nothing really stopping up here. No call on the fall, no call on the follow-up. Jess Fung able to work it free, has the chance. Alicia Anderson, though, has been huge between the pipes. Jess Fung going to throw it in, and that does just go centre mass.
Comfortable save for the Cambridge Tandy.
I think that's a pretty adept way of putting it.
But
very
hey,
comfortable indeed.
Short-handed, you're killing time. You get an offensive zone face-off. Oxford's PK looking solid so far.
I think so. I mean, we've seen big things from them playing down. Obviously, that potential injury there to Yoa Hoshizaki may be cramping Cambridge's style. But as you say, Tim, the Oxford PK working very well here to get this offensive zone time at this possession. Now, we are seeing it's not perhaps their top line, Tiff and Leanne, listed as their first line defense pair. But obviously Fisher and Young Min playing on that second line offensively. And again, just getting the zone clearance. Cambridge having to wait for the offsides. Oxford doing very, very well here to kill this penalty. Leanne has the option, throws it up the ice. Is going to get stopped up on the blue line. Emily Youngmin just manages to make the clear. That's well called there, well seen by the ref. And Oxford now just taking their time. They're not in a rush here, they have time. Shot does go low and wide from Melissa Yuan. Sorry, I believe that was Melissa Yuan.
Just under 10 seconds left on the power play for Cambridge and 30 seconds in the period.
30 seconds left to go, 3 seconds to equal strength. Some crowd cheers going up there. As Emily Youngman getting stuck in amongst it. It was Sheer West serving the penalty in the box. Tiftono managing to hold it in, but Celine Chen working well to get the clearance for Cambridge. 10 seconds left. We are still score draw. Nothing is up for either side on the board here. Cambridge deep in the Oxford zone, stuck in the corner. Sheer West looking for the clear. Double teamed by Melissa Yuan and Elizabeth Bearblock. Emma Walker-Silverman trying to get the advantage there.
And there's the period.
But that is the end of the period.
A little bit of chatter there from the Oxford to Cambridge side. Some words spoken, bit of frustration perhaps.
I think so. I think this is where, you know, if you've got some of those explosive chirps, that's going to be the chance to throw the mental game off. Alicia Anderson, though, looking at cool under pressure in the Cambridge net.
Absolutely.
Holly Bahoon, I don't think she's been challenged too much at all. She's handled those with composure. The sequence there, she had a couple in a row, 4 or 5 shots in a row. Very good work from Cambridge. Even better work from Holly Bahoon. Big shout out to the Oxford tender there. Keeping it level. We are going to have another ice cut, so we're going to throw to a quick intermission, but we will join you for the third and final instalment of the 41st Women's Blues Varsity match in just a few short minutes here, folks. And we are back now for the final leg of the 41st annual Women's Ice Hockey Varsity match. Alex Carmichael joined by Dr. Tim Donison in the booth. Tim, 0-0. We got a whole lot of nothing on the board so far. This is going to be the make or break period. Otherwise, we do have, I believe, 5 minutes of golden goal sudden death, followed by a shootout if a draw remains. What are we expecting to see here? We've talked about it. Oxford, they came out strong. Do they have the legs in them to weather the course? Stay the course, rather, weather the storm. Cambridge, are they going to be able to find enough heat offensively to actually put something past Holly Bahoon, who has so far been a bit of a rock wall for the Oxford Blues?
I think you're right. I think we're going to get more of the same here. It really is a battle of the goaltenders here. I don't think anyone was expecting a 0-0 game coming into the third period. So really, whoever gets the next goal here, it's going to be key.
For sure.
Could end up being a 1-0 game. We've just got to see what happens.
We were talking to the refs just in the break there. The prediction was anyone who gets the first goal is going to open the floodgates on scoring as a shot goes through from Jess Feng, just clipping Sheer West in the middle, but Cambridge able to work it back into the neutral zone. Getting a little bit caught up in the feet here is captain Leanne Iorio on the wall there. Jess Feng now unlocked, unleashed, chips it across to Emma Walker-Silverman, but doesn't quite find the connection. I'm not sure if we just may have minorly lost connection here, but I think we're still going strong. Katie Zhang now has the chance to wheel 1 versus 4. Let's go, Katie.
And a quick change from Oxford here.
A nice tactical play. Look at this, Katie Zhang stalling out all 4 members of, 5 members in fact, of the Cambridge team. Holly Bahoon going to take that one, play it to safety.
And no ice there.
No icing called. I'm tempted to call that a shot, just for Holly's stats if nothing else.
Technically it was.
But Oxford Women's Blues doing a lot to move it along.
Offside there.
That's a little bit of a letdown on the offside. It's just one of those things, isn't it, Tim, that's just really quite avoidable at this level of play.
Emily knows it. She's pointing at Kate saying sorry.
That's all right. I mean, that's fair enough. You know, taking responsibility, taking ownership of that is big. You know, that's a big sign of player maturity. And they know what they've got. They know what they have to polish out.
And really, that's a sign of who's going to win this game here. It's whoever is mentally switched on, who can remain focused the longest, who can, make that play and get that goal. It just takes one mental lapse for any team, and the goal ends up puck gets up in the back of your net.
Quite right. It's all you have to do is take your eye off the puck for one moment there, and that can be all she wrote. Cambridge now circling back behind their own net. Do I sense a little bit of speed here from Sophie Truepenny, who seems to be making quick work of the Oxford defense? Launches a shot but does let it go wide. Sasha Webb took a tumble but ready to get back up on her feet and get in the mix. Held in by Melissa Yuan. Sophie Fisher looking to try and clear. Nothing so far. Does manage to make it move. Now Sophie Truepenny folding back into her defensive position. Katie Zhang coming on full force. Emma Walker-Silverman with the poke check. Melissa Yuan trying to move it forward. Off now to Sibylla Hamilton, who has been a very physical player for Cambridge. Hilary Scanlon laying the body in the corner. You do love to see it. Emma Walker-Silverman trying to dig this one out from under the ref. Now Melissa Yuan playing it back down the line. Walker-Silverman breaks free. She's got the hands. Has she got the shot? Launches it wide. But it was a great attempt from Oxford to try and gain entry there. And you can see the mentality is changing. Eleanor Shear-West isn't quite able to get a stick on that. Tifton, though, moving it back into the zone. You can see now the shoot-first mentality. Alicia Anderson has a handle on it. He even managed to throw up the poke check before Oxford had managed to leave the zone. You can tell there's a little bit of fire between the pipes for Cambridge here.
Absolutely, and she's a hot tendy. Oxford are going to have to put something special past her to take the lead here.
For sure. We are just noticing on the stream there is a little bit of network lag. We do apologise for this. We're working as hard as we can to try and rectify the situation with our tech. As far as we go, I will keep you up to speed with a radio broadcast if need be.
And another big save there from the Cambridge goalie.
Very much so. Alicia Anderson just putting in work between the uprights. Oxford, you can tell that they're making the push now. They really are. The shots are coming in thick and fast. And Alicia Anderson is having to work a lot more.
And certainly Cambridge are feeling the absence of Yoa Hashizaki. She hasn't been on the ice yet. Can't see her on the bench. She may still be injured. We don't know. Undisclosed injury so far.
That's a very good pickup. I hadn't even noticed that, Tim, but you're very right. Yoa Hoshizaki not making a return to the ice since that slightly dubious fall towards the end of the second period here. Tiff Tanoda with speed now, trying to beat out captain Sashi Bedford, sends it in long, chases the puck. Alicia Anderson out of the net. This was a prime opportunity for Oxford. Unfortunately, just didn't quite have the read on it.
But again, the confidence of the Cambridge goalie there to come out and play the puck.
I mean, that's a statement piece, isn't it, really, Tim? That's saying, hey, you guys aren't really threatening me enough. Emma Walker-Silverman, though, turns through the inside out, and unfortunately is held up by two members of the Cambridge defense, isn't able to let the shot through. Still hustling hard, though. Puck still kept in. No, finally cleared by captain Sashi Bedford. But Walker-Silverman, again, just there straight away.
Absolute workhorse.
Gabby Budd went down hard. I don't think there was anything in it, though. Perhaps just a lost edge. Now
and Cambridge on a bad change here.
That's an awful change
Bashir
from
West
Cambridge.
managed to get the... Never mind, icing.
That's a rough one. I mean...
Fortunate for Cambridge, though, Oxford could not capitalise on that. Bit of a slow change.
We are keeping an eye on the tech issues, guys. We appreciate the feedback in the comments. We are working hard to try and stabilise. Please bear with us as we try and get that sorted. But
yes,
fingers crossed.
Thank you for the feedback. Do keep commenting, making sure we are trying to bring you the best quality action as possible.
Absolutely. There will be a fully recorded version of the whole stream that we'll publish on the channel afterwards. So even if the live experience is somewhat interrupted by connectivity issues, we will have a full quality video on demand. So fear not for the after production. Jess Fung trying to chip it into the middle there, but not quite finding the mark. Hilary Scanlon with a great challenge to keep it in for Oxford. Katie Zhang, don't take it over the line. Well held.
Good composure there.
Avoiding the offside. I mean, even in the same period, we saw that offside from Emily Youngman earlier. They figured out the issue. They know to play around it. That's, to me, Tim, speaks of incredible team growth and just awareness, right? That's not something that maybe at the start of the year these players would have necessarily had or been able to put into action as a squad. But
Absolutely.
Now we're seeing that level of development. We're seeing them kind of hit their peak right when we need them
And that's
to.
a great point, Alex. Many of these players are new to hockey. Maybe not this season, but certainly in recent years. And, seeing the development of these players is, it's what uni hockey is all about. And certainly what the Oxford and the Cambridge clubs are about.
Absolutely. Hilary Scanlon putting the work in against Ali Sutherland in the one-on-one. Got the stick in the lane, just enough to knock the puck off course. Cambridge trying to go for the passing play, but Emily Youngman now has the break. Defence put on by Sophie Truepenny is going to come off the winner of that particular trade, but Walker Silverman, devilish down low. She's working hard, spins once, is getting double teamed here by Sophie Truepenny and Melissa Yuan.
Needs some support down low.
Really needs a helping hand. Katie Zhang to the rescue, but perhaps a little bit too little too late, as now Melissa Yuan coming back the other way with speed, 1-on-2. Walker Silverman going to have the stick in the lane. Holly Bahoon.
Bit of a screen there for Bahoon.
A little bit, but still manages to get down well. Shot not leaving the ice. I think, we can talk about goaltender caliber for a goalie of Holly's level. Played with the Men's Blues on the Switzerland tour, played for them in the regular season. She's no stranger to much stiffer shots than those. So I think Cambridge are going to have to pull something out a little bit special if they're going to try and challenge Holly.
I think you're right, Alex, and certainly the game-winning goal, whether it's on Oxford or Cambridge, both goalies are looking good.
That is for sure. We have another really quite poor change there. Going to be served by Sasha Webb for Oxford. That is a too many women minor.
Not something you want to be taking with just under 14 minutes left in the game.
I think you can tell, Tim, that the fatigue is starting to hit. Mentally, some of those decisions aren't quite as sharp as perhaps we would have seen in the first period. The ref shaking his head. He saw that coming. He doesn't want to call it. He doesn't want to have to call it. But fair is fair. That is just on Oxford for not quite getting their ducks in order, in a line, rather.
Cambridge Light Blues top power play unit out there, and Hoshizaki is back on the ice.
Oh, there we go. They're calling in the big guns now. Yoa Hoshizaki, but Jess Fung shutting this down. Just excellent body along the boards. Ali Sutherland is in deep. Liana Oreo closing with Tiff Dano. That is very dangerous, perhaps. Holly Bahoon going down in a slightly awkward stretch. By the looks of it, is still down. We know she has been having some trouble with injury in recent weeks, but seems to be holding on, knowing that this one is a really critical win for her. Jess Fung again, but now Bashir West has a chance to dump and change, perhaps. Looks like Oxford are going to switch out now.
But Cambridge with a quick
that's a good
transition back up the ice.
Hockey. High man hockey is the Cambridge special. We've seen it all season long. Ali Sutherland playing that high woman rather. Shot goes up and wide from Emma Walker-Silverman on the short-handed rush. But Tim, I don't know what to say. That's textbook Cambridge right there. They love this style where they just have a cherry picker sit at the opposing blue line and try and work it. They're asking her to play it. There's no threat there. Bahun has to let that one go. Yoa Hoshizaki lets it fly, but it is swiftly turned away.
Yeah, that was a great shot from Hoshizaki.
Now Cambridge seems with a bit of life in them. The puck just sailing through that centre slot. Very precarious situation for Oxford if they let that go unchecked. Yoa Hoshizaki fires it in. Liana Iorio goes down on one knee, but it's a defensive proposition.
Yeah, Iorio there with a great block on the pass across. That's what the captains do.
Tifton getting bashed around in front by Ali Sutherland. Sashi Bedford making Sheer West work, but Tifton giving as good as she's getting here. Ali Sutherland has been known to be a little bit of a physical player, definitely not one to shy away from some grit in front of the net.
Certainly a player you want on your team and not someone to play against.
Quite right. But Cambridge taking the change, Oxford also taking the change, just a bit of a reset, back to even strength now. I don't know about you, Tim, but that didn't really feel like too much of a penalty kill to me. There were a couple of hairy moments, but Oxford held that pretty convincingly.
Yeah, a couple of key saves from Bahun there. Cambridge doing a good job getting the shots through, but they need traffic. With two hot goalies like this, you're not going to score on your primary shots. You need to get the rebounds, you need to get the screens.
Quite right. Hillary looking to try and fire that one in deep, as now Celine Chen onto Melissa Yuan. I think these two are something of a bit of a pair. There's a little bit of bumping along the boards, but ref's going to let it go. Fair play. It is a varsity match. A little bit of extra is not to be unexpected. Now Sibylla Hamilton opens up for Rachel Adkins, but I think that is just perhaps a slight misjudgment there on the option. There was the open pass to spring the breakout, but the dump and chase was not there. Emma Walker-Silverman with the crowd on her side is going in deep, gets the poke check, still going. Emma Walker-Silverman trucking along.
End-to-end stuff.
Truly a 200-foot game from Emma Walker-Silverman.
She's going to have the legs after the game.
She really, we're going to have to get her some kind of chariot
get the ice
to the
pack
after
down to
party.
the bench.
You know, we're going to have to piggyback her there. She's not going to be able to walk. But before the thought of the after party comes the main event, which is still this game waiting to be finished out. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Elizabeth Bareblock working for Cambridge, but not finding anything on that offensive swing. And Oxford now able to get a little bit of zone pressure. The two forwards kind of pinching together.
Iorio couldn't keep the zone there.
Again, another Oxford miscommunication. Just not quite sure what's going on. They seem to have 3 of their D players out. I'm not sure if that's been communicated to them properly.
I believe Sasha Webb may have been pushed up to forward.
I think so. I wonder if this is a result of kind of a late-stage injury or tiredness. I'm not quite sure. But Sasha Webb rising to the occasion, looking to get in and gritty on the forecheck.
Well, a versatile player. That's what Webb is. She's played forward before. She's a captain. She knows what she's all about.
Absolutely.
She knows what it takes.
Sophie Truepenny making the run. Holly Bahun not quite able to hold on to that one. Just popped out of the glove. But that run shut down. Tifton now making strides up the centre of the ice. Sophie Fisher to try and collect, but isn't quite finding it. I think this is really throwing them out of whack, I'll be honest with you, Tim, because Sophie, Tash and Leanne here, Iorio, Dano and Webb, 3 players all very much habituated to playing defence. So having someone in that mix having to step up very last minute into the forward role, it can't be something that's coming naturally, really. This has got to be a little bit of a spanner in the works. But Oxford still holding it well. Cambridge now with the zone and the choice on the icing of which face-off circle to take.
We know they're all hockey players out there. They know what it takes. They all know what needs to be done. And, you know, as a player, as both, you know, we've played in varsity matches before. We know what it takes. You do anything to win. And if that means stepping up for playing forward or even, you know, taking a seat and the other players that get out there. Absolutely. You do what it takes.
Win as a team, lose as a team. Jess Fung looking to put the game on her stick. Launches the shot. It's a blocker save from Alicia Anderson. But here comes the return. Look, Jess Fung still working down low. Up high now, rather. Still working, grinding away. Leanne Iorio not quite able to hold it. And now, Frederick Houston with the break has the passing option. Doesn't find Ali Sutherland, doesn't find the net or Holly Bahoon either, as that one just kind of sails low and wide, looking for the turnaround shot. Trying to be worked loose there by the captain, Leanne Iorio. Cambridge just going to take some time.
Oxford with a bit of a bad change there, changing when the puck is on their own blue line.
A little bit ropey, but still just about holding on. Ellie Williams, I believe, jumping in for Cambridge there. I'm not sure we've seen much of her throughout the game. Perhaps having a bit of a quiet one, but stepping up in these crucial final moments as we now hit the final 8 minutes. Holly Bahoon turns another one away. Tiftono looking to spring the breakout, takes it herself now. She's going coast to coast. Emily Youngmin with her. We are seeing Tiftono breaking out all the way long. It's a good poke check from Melissa Yuan, who goes
great
backwards
defensive
into
play.
the boards, but very well taken away there by the Cambridge defence. And now Oxford just trying to regain some possession. We have got Oxford's second line out now. So waiting perhaps for their firepower to regroup. There's Hillary Scanlon launching it. Alicia Anderson not going to cover that one. Leaves it be.
Ref says play on.
I think that's a very fair call. Holly had a similar one. Hillary lets it loose, but it's a fairly soft
No trouble for the goalie.
shot. All in all, Alicia Anderson able to have that one under control without too much trouble.
So both teams managed to get in some shots here, but as we've been discussing, they really need to get some traffic in front, get some tips, get some rebounds, because these goalies, they've played big games. They know what it takes. They both look quite comfortable out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think either of them is really looking like out of their element. That's a good question. Can we deal with it? Just a quick chat with the rink staff there to try and figure out the rest of our schedule. But back to the matter at hand. Emma Walker-Silverman holding off one.
Great puck
fighting
protection
hard
there.
Against that's Oliver? Lily Oliver. Again, another one of the Cambridge players who's perhaps had maybe something more of a quiet game, not been maybe as prominent, although maybe this is a Cambridge line strategy. Having some of that depth on the bench means not everyone's going to be seeing the same amount of minutes, and now they feel like maybe some of their top lines are feeling the burn a little bit. They're able to bring in some of that relief. So potentially a good coaching call here, using the depth of bench to their advantage. Puck up, lost for a second there. Cambridge almost tripping over each other. But now Captain Sashi Bedford goes 1-on-3. No, can't find it. It's picked up by Celine Chen. And a sprawling Lily Oliver unable to corral that puck. As now Elizabeth Bairblock takes it around the neutral zone. And Oxford just going to take a little bit of time. I don't think that's going to be called icing. It's a close one. No, waved off. Emily Youngmin skating excellently to try and negate the icing call there. Well in on the play. And it's just going to be tipped out into the neutral zone. 5 minutes 45. We're hitting crunch time. I have a sneaking suspicion, Tim, that we're going to end up in a golden goal situation here.
Well, let's not jinx anything, Alex.
I wouldn't want to call it before it's over, but it doesn't seem like either team is quite finding the break yet. Sophie Fisher and Emily Youngmin looking to try and make something happen. Sasha plays the puck. Katie Zhang has a chance. Goes up and real high off a stick. I think Elizabeth Bairblock with a stick in the lane there. Redirecting that all the way to the rafters. Sasha Webb takes a shot, launches it in. No trouble for Anderson. That was perhaps could have been played on, but ref's happy to let that one stand. Look at the flick of the wrist there. Able to scoop that puck up. I think it's dawning on the Oxford supporters that Alicia Anderson is no stranger to a high-pressure game.
And with just over 5 minutes left, both teams' top lines are out there. Walker-Silverman, Feng, Scanton on the point, Webb, Hashizaki for Cambridge.
This is very much do or die time now. If either team can get a goal here, it's going to be a case of parking the bus, I think, Tim. Just slowing everything down, getting really gritty. You don't need to do anything. One goal win is still a win. So if we can maybe chase down that Cambridge breakout here, Walker-Silverman putting in the work as Frederique Houston
goes hard into the boards.
Hard into the boards, but not
straight
unfair.
back up. Straight
not
back
unfair.
up.
Good bounce back there. I think that was just some good hard battling along the boards. No issue, no foul play. Jess looking to swing it into the slot. That was such a good pass. Unfortunately, just didn't quite find the mark. Ali Sutherland now racing Hillary Scanlon. Hillary, excellent stick clean to try and shut that down.
Yeah, that's experience right there.
Got to be some kind of a maybe offside. No, looks like they didn't cross the line. And that's a good dump from Sheer West.
And the chase by.
And the chase by Emily Youngman, who is really finding her stride. She has been coming out in full force with this good hard skating. Sophie just waiting to clear the line for the offside. And now the break. Melissa Yuan. No, Ali Sutherland. Going to try and backhand it, but that is a swing and a miss. Slightly questionable change by Cambridge, but doesn't come back to bite him. Sophie Truepenny just sliding onto the ice. Katie Zhang has the chance, throws it up to Sophie Fisher. Puck just getting a little bit lost, perhaps.
Puck deep, that's good.
On the way. I'm wondering what's happened here. I think Oxford's top line is really gassed out, Tim. I'm seeing people taking drinks on the bench and they are panting hard.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout from Oxford within the next minute or so.
I think that would honestly be a great tactical move. Give yourselves a chance. We just need a stoppage in that case.
Yeah, I expect the line one to have one more shift, then a potential timeout.
And here they come. They're breaking back out. Katie Zhang and Emma Walker-Silverman.
Miscommunication.
This is catastrophic. Catastrophic. Holly Bahoon turns it away. But my God, that was close.
And that's tiredness right there.
That is absolutely fatigue and tiredness. All of the Oxford squads, I think it's fair to say, have suffered with communication issues on the ice this season. The Women's Blues showing that they are in fact no strangers to this. That was almost devastating. Cambridge with a 2-on-1 breakaway, but Holly Bahoon comes up trumps and is able to shut that one down without too much hassle. But man, if you're an Oxford fan, if you're wearing a Bahoon jersey up in the stands, as I know some of her family are, that's got to be a bit of a shaky moment. Hillary Scanlon, though, what a trooper. Has been, through the ringer in regards to the work that has had to be put in to make this game happen. Has come out of it smiling. Absolute trooper.
Yeah, certainly one of Oxford's best players tonight.
Quite right. And she's just putting on a performance, Most of you probably wouldn't know if we didn't pick up on it that she is in fact visually impaired and blind. And she's still out here putting on a performance against fully sighted players like this. Now, here comes Sophie Truepenny. Shot goes across, turned away by Bahoon. Sophie Truepenny, fun fact, sister Amber Truepenny briefly had a stint with OUIHC 2 years ago. Holly Bahoon turns another one away, but now the pressure is mounting from Cambridge. Gabby Budd throws it into the centre for Sibylla Hamilton, but it is just broken out of the zone. Cambridge losing the zone. Bashir West now throws it in deep. Not going to challenge the goalie, is just going to let it slide. Doesn't really need to glove that. 1 minute, 38 seconds left on the clock now. Jess Fung down low. Katie Zhang, almost had it. The move, the idea is so good. The execution is just the final piece of the puzzle. The crowd now coming to their feet. Jess Fung shoots it. It's a diving save. The puck is loose. Shot in from the captain, Liana Orio. Diving save from Alicia Anderson, sprawling towards that puck. Didn't manage to get it covered. Truly desperate times for Cambridge.
Yeah, clutch save from the Cambridge Kendi there.
Very much so. Pulled it up. It was right shoulder, calling for the icing, and she is going to get it. Clock is stopped. I think this would really be a good timeout for Oxford to take, but they don't seem to want to take it. Heads is starting to drop a little bit on the bench. I'm not quite seeing the energy.
Yeah, Women's Blues coach Kim Slezard electing for the timeout.
They are asking for the timeout. Good call. Good call from the women there. Give themselves a minute to compose. This is also obviously going to work in the favour of the Cambridge women as well. By the same token, they are going to have a bit of a breather. I think the Oxford women really do need a little bit of a pause.
Yeah, certainly with a minute left in the game, I expect line one to close out this third period.
5-minute golden goal there just being confirmed by the refs in front of the box. Both teams. Just a couple more clarifications there, I think, from the other side of the box on the format. But as far as we understand, it is going to be, if there is a tie at the end of regulation, there will be 5-minute golden goal, regulation 5-on-5. 5-minute golden goal, 5-on-5 play in sudden death, followed by a shootout. Shootouts, we are no strangers to here at the Oxbridge Varsity. I believe the men's Blues game must have been, 2 years ago now, Tim, was a shootout, and there have been a couple in recent years. golden goal overtime as well. The St. Moritz 2018 Oxford win for the 100th match.
And also for the Vikings in 2020 in Cambridge, 4-3 overtime loss against the Normals.
So we're no strangers to
so certainly, yeah, Oxbridge
exciting last-minute actions. Emma Walker-Silverman, can she make magic happen? Slides it in just outside the inside post.
Looking for the 5-hole there on the 10D.
Doesn't quite find it. Now Cambridge have a break, 3-on-2. Can they spring? Yoa Hoshizaki. Sasha Webb with a poke check to end all poke checks. Katie just throwing it down the ice, trying to get some kind of breathing room, knowing and hoping that they can get a little bit of stall. Emma Walker-Silverman still hustling hard. Yoa Hoshizaki looking for Ali Sutherland. Sasha Webb puts the skates in the way. That's an offside. Surely, no. Held on by Cambridge. Ali Sutherland on the backdoor entry. Not going to get anything. Sasha Webb, no quarter given. No prisoners taken. Sasha Webb looking for something. Can't quite find it. 5 seconds remaining in regulation. Jess Fung.
Delayed offside.
Delayed offside with 1
second
on the
left.
clock. The visual clock may be slightly out of sync on the live stream, but we have 1 second remaining on the game clock. This truly is a seat of the pants game. This is incredible, Tim. We are down to 1 second. Nothing off the face-off. Clock is live. And that's all she wrote for the third period. We are headed, friends and fans of Oxbridge hockey, into a 5-minute golden goal overtime in the Women's Blues match. The 41st installment of the Women's Blues Varsity match. Brief reprieve just before we get into it. Captain Leanne Iorio is coming over to just double check with the refs and possibly the box what's going on. So 5 minutes sudden death, overtime, and then a shootout.
Best of 3.
Best of 3.
Then
shootout.
sudden death shootout.
Yeah. We're not expecting the intermission to be more than 5 minutes. There is no ice cut for this.
Yeah, it'll be 1 or 2 minutes, I believe.
I think so. The refs are probably keen to get this one going. We do have plenty of time before our next game. But yeah, this is not one to miss.
Playing for all the marbles here.
Absolutely. You can see Cambridge players getting on the ice, limbering up. I believe that's Yoa Hoshizaki. I don't know if she's stretching out. I can't quite tell which leg it was that she kind of did in. She was skating on what looked like the right foot, but when exiting the bench seemed to be putting a lot of weight on the left, so I'm not quite sure which side she's ended up injuring. But
no, she's back out there, she's given it her all.
She is.
And expect these key players for both the light and the dark blues to eat up most of this overtime period.
Absolutely. Goalie's just checking now which side they're going to be playing on. I'm not sure if there is a switch. There might be. Just
great to see plenty of support on the live stream, both from Oxford and from Cambridge.
Overtime signals on the camera there.
We're doing our best to remain impartial.
I think we're largely managing. I do apologise if there have been any slips on my behalf. I think just excitement of the game. It's great to be back in the booth, Tim, I have to say. It's been a long time since I've had a chance. Still, we're hoping that the lag stays away. We're not quite sure. We're doing our best, guys. We will try and keep you updated. And as before, if there are any issues with the actual live broadcast, we'll still be uploading the full recorded broadcast at full quality after the fact. So even if it's a bit tricky now, we will have the full content available after the fact. Here we go then, folks. Overtime, the one and only sudden death golden goal. 5-on-5 overtime. Oxford versus Cambridge in the 41st Women's Blues Ice Hockey Varsity match. Tiftono holding the line for Oxford. Off the skate of Rachel Adkins does that shot go. Yoa Hoshizaki fighting hard with Jess Fung in the boards. Jess Fung able to work it loose. Ellen of Sheer West just set up so beautifully in the slot. Hasn't been able to find the tip so far, but is still looking for that play. Just out of reach of Yoa Hoshizaki. Sashi Bedford now taking over the corner hustle. Emma Walker-Silverman looks to let one loose, but can't quite find the mark. Ellen of Sheer West throws it in front.
Oh.
Jess Fung can't quite elevate the puck, goes up and
Great
over.
look.
And now potentially Frederick Houston with the spring on Ali Sutherland. Sutherland, excuse me, looking to try and make the 1-0, but Tifton shutting that down, angling beautifully as we discussed earlier, Tim. Playing the body, taking the opportunities away. And now, well, firstly I can breathe, and secondly, we've had a bit of a slowdown. Everyone seems to be looking to breathe. And now the puck comes back to Sashi Bedford off the inside shin, I think, of Leanne Iorio there. Tifton just dumping out to the side. Will this commentator's voice last the night is an excellent question, Jedi Knight, and my bets are off. But we'll do our level best to bring you all the action here from this historic 105th Varsity Match weekend. Eleanor Sheer West looking for the shot up and off the stick of Elizabeth Bearblock. Emily Youngman goes in for a diving poke check, doesn't come out particularly well, unfortunately. Leanne Iorio throws it on there. Emily Youngman! Oh! There's a little bit of afters there from the goalie, Alicia Anderson, but understandable, not wanting to be run, not wanting to find anything too tricky.
Great
Emily
look there.
Youngman, though, what a look, Tim. That could have been game. That could have been game.
Yeah, she'll be frustrated with that, but, you know, good play by Oxford. Getting the puck on the net, get some bodies there.
Yep, and I mean, we're still seeing it. They're still kind of making the puck work for them. Cambridge have only really had that one chance so far in this OT. Oxford are looking like they're trying to be a little bit more dangerous, hold a little bit more of that zone time. Puck coming out now, Melissa Yuan looking to try and find Sibylla Hamilton, but not found. Oh, way offside. I think so too, ref. Sibylla Hamilton not able to make the recovery. And I believe that was Celine Chen, who just didn't quite catch that her teammate had not made it back onside.
The referee electing for a face-off in the neutral zone, not a deliberate offside, which would draw the play back into the Cambridge zone.
Good spot. Jess Fung now fighting hard on the board against Gabby Budd. Does come out on top. And again, what a check. Poke check, rather, not full check. Ellen of Sheer West trying to get the puck in deep. Nope, can't find it. Rachel Adkins able to put the kibosh on that. Simrat Sodhi looking to try and make something work along the boards. Hilary Scanlon with the body drops Melissa Yuan. Nothing open-iced hits, just controlled contact along the board, all perfectly above board, all perfectly legal. Puck stripped off Emma Walker-Silverman by Gabby Budd. That's a very ropey change, but Oxford have just about got away with it. As the great source pass. Wow, what a pass from Yoa Hoshizaki. Puck up and out. Up and out of the field of play there.
All cameras intact, don't worry.
All cameras intact, all commentators intact, more importantly. I'm not sure where that puck has actually got to. We have it. One of the spectators has managed to pick it up. I think the refs have got a replacement.
So just over 2 minutes left here in the overtime period.
Two minutes to go before it gets to a shootout, and that, Tim, I think is where my nerves are really going to take a pounding. Oh, Emily Youngman clears it long. Alicia Anderson has to make a difficult call. Does she come out and play it?
Great skating from Emily there.
It's really good hustle to get back into this. Now Cambridge with speed. Is this Sophie Truepenny? It looks like it might be. Sophie Truepenny making the moves. Leanne Iorio with the check goes wide.
Great shot there. May have deflected.
May have been a deflate. Looked like Holly had eyes on it the whole time. Sashi Bedford with the shot stopped dead in front of the net. Sashi Bedford again. Sticks in. Just about going over the top of the net.
Critical save there.
This is really nail-biting stuff now. Holly Bahoon down. Everyone falling over. Oxford really need to... Oh, the chip ahead for Katie Zhang. Katie Zhang, can she do it? Just going to be tipped wide. Alicia Anderson holds on. But Katie Zhang could have made history there in the overtime. Captain Sashi Bedford turned away by Captain Leanne Iorio. Here comes Elizabeth Bearblock dumping the puck in deep now. Tifton to clear. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. Emma Walker-Silverman has the puck now. Now she's off to the races. Just needs to pick it up. Come on, let's see the acceleration. She's so good. The hooking from Ali Sutherland is slowing her down, but nothing called.
You do what it takes.
Frederique Houston put flat on her back once again. Second time this match, I believe. Jess Fung wriggles free. Anything in the middle. Emma Walker-Silverman trying to find it. Prashia West can't slow it down. Sasha Webb fires it into her teammate's skates.
Oxford keep the zone.
Still in front. Oxford keep the zone. Slid and covered by Anderson. Slight disconnect there on our clock. I think we are 1 second ahead. 22.5 seconds remain in the golden goal overtime. 22.5, Tim. All that stands between us and a shootout.
Oxford's first line out there, but Cambridge's second or third line.
Potential mismatch. Jess Fung, can she throw it on net? No, stuck in the feet, deep in the corners now. 19 seconds.
Normally it's 5 minutes for round 3, but...
Someone's gone down. Jess Fung's gone down. Emma Walker-Silverman battling 1 versus 3. Jess Fung picks it up.
10
Sasha
seconds.
Webb waiting at the point. Nothing there. Emma Walker-Silverman looking to find something, anything. Throwing it on net. Shira West so in the right place, but the puck just not making it through. And that is the end of overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, we are headed to a shootout. I'm not quite sure how we're going to manage this. I'm not sure we have the graphics for a shootout, but we're going to try our best. I believe, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is now a best of 3 shootout, where if we remain tied after the first 3 shots, it will return to sudden death shootout.
That's right, Alex. So if you score and then your goalie makes a save, or if you have your goalie make a save then score, then...
Oh, awesome. We do have the graphics. Sorry, continue, Tim.
So, not sure who's elected to go first here. I believe they'll have a coin toss.
I believe that is the case. I don't know if the refs ever get to use their coins.
Yeah. Alex, what would you, if you were captain, if you won the toss here, what would you pick?
I think, saying this as a goalie, Tim, my preference would be shoot second.
Okay.
Shoot first. So my team is shooting first. I take the second shot.
Yep.
At least that way you know if your guys, your girls get a shot in already, you have a little bit of a boost in the tank. Obviously, then the way that cuts back is if you don't make that first shot, there's a lot of extra pressure riding on it. But I think in most cases, these guys would trust each other to have that first edge.
Yeah, I agree. I think for the most part, most teams would choose to shoot first.
Ask questions later.
That's right. Yeah. However, both goalies are.
It has been
very
a goalie
good
showdown. I think
so
if nothing else this game, it has been a masterclass from both of these guys. Fantastic players, clearly, at the top of the women's game here.
So I guess on the Oxford side, you're really, Walker-Silverman is an obvious candidate.
I think so. I think Jess Fung, she's maybe not quite had the connection she needed, but she definitely can rip the puck when given space, and that's what a penalty shootout is. All the space you could ever wish for. And so I suspect very much Walker-Silverman and Fung in the mix early.
Yeah, possibly Webb as former captain, knows the pressure.
I wonder if there's going to be some questions asked of themselves about who feels up to the task and who feels like they can take that. I mean, we've seen over the last couple of years, nationals, varsity games, that's a lot of pressure, that's a lot of things, a lot to have riding on your shoulders.
Yeah.
There are some players who rise to that challenge, and there are some players who it's really not for them.
Wait, why is it extra? Oh. Okay. I was like, I might miss my dyslexia that bad.
Just getting some further clarification on the shootout rules. For the first 3 shooters, they must use 3 different shooters. After the first 3 shots, if the penalty shootout is still tied, then they can start reusing shooters. So first 3 shooters have to be different. From then on, you can start repeating.
So from the Cambridge side, Alex, who do you expect to take a shot here?
I fully expect to see Yoa Hoshizaki. I think, injury or not, she will be on the ice.
Yeah, Bedford for sure.
I think Bedford too has had some very strong looks, just hasn't quite found the connection.
Yeah.
But before we get to Cambridge...
Potentially Sutherland?
I could see Sutherland as well. I'm not sure, she's had a couple of chances, maybe hasn't made them connect. I wonder if she's got that personal confidence that she needs right now. But before we get to Cambridge, we have Oxford. Walker-Silverman picks up some speed, looking for the move. Deeks, and it's a pad save from Alicia Anderson, well stretched out. And I think going low is going to be tough. Going to be tough for Oxford. They're going to need to have some puck elevation here. as Oxford miss on their first shot. Captain Sashi Bedford up to take for Cambridge.
Not much of a skate up for her.
No, not taking too much time, going in nice and slow. Holly Bahoon, easy pad save. Holly Bahoon.
Yeah, nothing troubling there.
Makes it look easy.
Both goalies making it look easy so far.
Quite right. Oh, no, sorry, that is... I think we've accidentally added two shootout misses to Cambridge there. Need to undo one of those. But it is Jess Fung to take next for Oxford. Comes in with speed, needs some elevation on the shot. Deeks, centre mass.
Nice idea, just couldn't get the goalie committing on the slide.
Alicia Anderson is just reading these incredibly well.
Yeah, she's dialed in.
She is very much dialed in. Made the slide, made the right decision. Melissa Yuan now up to take for Cambridge. I think that's very reasonable. She's had a very strong game, been one of the names that's come up a lot. Skating in, all of these players going pretty central here, Tim. Trying to take a wider line out to the right, but Holly Bahoon, stick down, not a problem. Second shootout save for Oxford. We are
round 3 here.
Into round 3. This one could be the moneymaker.
Bashir West stepping up.
Bashir West steps up to the plate for Oxford. All game she's been sat in the slot looking for something. Can she make it happen? Oh!
Looking for the 5-hole there.
Looking for it. The glove. Alicia Anderson didn't quite have the glove save. Did drop it down.
She didn't drop. She was trying to outweight the shooter, but Bashir West just elected for the shot, which, you know, with the ice like this, not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all. I think trying to skate in. Now this one is for all the marbles. Ex-captain Yoa Hoshizaki. Final shot of the initial round of penalties. Holly Bahoon. Men's blues player. Women's blues player. Unit between the pipes. Hoshizaki slaps and saves.
Yeah, Hoshizaki electing for a little slap shot there right in front.
I mean, tactically speaking, Tim, when you're that close to the goalie, where is the slap shot going to go? You don't have any room to maneuver.
Certainly. And also, these players, they're stick handling the puck in there, and they're realizing pretty quickly this ice is cut up.
Yeah, it is. It's chopped up. Jess Fan now for the sudden death round, coming in with absolute speed. Throws it left-hand side, but turned away.
The glance just off the blocker.
By Anderson. She's had a couple like that, just really nice on the edge of the blocker. Captain Sashi Bedford now. Holly Bahoon, everything riding on this shot. Sudden death. Still 0-0 after 65 minutes. Bedford in. Central. Bahoon. Centre mass. Not a problem.
Straight into the breadbasket.
All day, every day. Bahoon makes the stop. Nice and easy. Both goalies playing a phenomenal game. Hillary Scanlon.
She's had a great game tonight.
Hillary Scanlon.
And we know she can rip the puck.
We know she can. She's just getting lined up from the ref. Hillary Scanlon, away she goes. Game on her stick. Rips it. Yes! Hillary Scanlon! Oxford's blind ice hockey player has done it! Oxford's player, Hillary Scanlon!
Now Cambridge still need to shoot here.
Cambridge still need to shoot. Cambridge still need to shoot. Cambridge still have a shot. They haven't won yet. They haven't won yet. But Hillary Scanlon has just made magic happen through the 5-hole of Alicia Anderson.
And it was going to take something special to beat Anderson. She has had such a brilliant game.
Incredible, incredible on all fronts, Tim. Melissa Yuan, the final hope for the Cambridge Women's Blues.
And we know Melissa can score. Like, she's been putting them up in the season. She's a great player, and she's going to have to step up here.
This is incredible, Tim. Melissa Yuan, the final hope for Cambridge. Holly Bahoon. Holly Bahoon. Holly Bahoon. She makes it! Yes! Oxford women win! Hillary Scanlon! You champions! Oxford Women's Blues take the 41st Women's Varsity Ice Hockey match. What a story! What a game, Tim.
Alex, I think you're losing your voice here.
I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my mind at the result.
Heartbreak for Cambridge.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a game. Well played to Cambridge. That was a tough fought game. It went the full distance. We went to penalties. We went to everything, Tim. We went sudden death. Oxford score. Hilary Scanlon with the game-winning goal for Oxford University Ice Hockey Club. Incredible.
And you have to feel
incredible.
sorry for Cambridge. No one wants to lose in a shootout. No one really wants to play a shootout. Continuous overtime would have been the preference, I think, for most. And, you know, that's gutting for Cambridge.
It is, but sometimes that's just the way the dice fall. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Holly Bahoon, a brick wall between the pipes. Alicia Anderson, quite frankly, a stormer of a game.
Yeah.
Nothing but hats off to her. Incredible credit. Cambridge played a very strong game. So did Oxford. It was going to go one way or the other in the end.
And a strong candidate for Varsity Match MVP from
I think
Anderson.
so.
Despite the losing score, still a very strong candidate.
Incredible scenes. Refs just reminding everyone to keep their buckets on for the handshake line.
And Cambridge huddled together here, you know, clear camaraderie. You know, both teams built throughout the season for this matchup. You know, late nights, early mornings, off-ice training, video sessions, it all goes in for this one fixture.
So much goes into this. What a performance, what a win for the Women's Blues. Oxford Women's Blues take the win. I believe we are going to get...
Shootout goal! Number 2, Hilary Scanlon!
Incredible scenes. I believe we are going to have the handshake line and then the MVPs and team photos.
And trophy presentation.
And
Presenting
the
Women's Blues Varsity Match trophy, the Coyne Cup.
Named after Deborah Coyne, the OUIHC women's side founder in, it must have been 1980 something?
1981-82 season, that's right.
81-82.
Yeah, so Deborah Coyne founding the women's team, calling other teams in the UK to put together a women's league, which was, you know, the origin story for the current Women's UK Hockey League.
Incredible, incredible. 41 years of women's ice hockey. Oxford comes out on top this time round.
Breaking a several-year losing streak.
Duck, I think. Several years. This could be it. I mean, you know, 1 for 1 so far, Tim. I wouldn't want to call it before it's over, but all season long, Oxford has looked incredibly strong, winning 3 out of 4 league titles, or cup competition titles, rather. I should say in my BYHA capacity. It could be the year that it all goes dark blue.
And let's take a moment to talk about Hilary's game as well. Just before the presentations.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was her best game of her Oxford career.
I think so. I mean, what a highlight. The Cambridge team taking a lap for the fans. But Hilary Scanlon, an absolute inspiration of the game. Visually impaired, cannot see the puck when not using a blind puck. Worked so hard, everyone on the club worked so hard to facilitate the hybrid nature of the game, enable that accessibility.
Including Cambridge.
Including Cambridge. Hats off to them for working collaboratively on that. But Hilary Scanlon, an incredible player. Just an incredible performance without the blind puck. Even with the regular puck, mixing it up with the best of them.
Yeah,
throwing
playing
in
physical.
shots. And she is surely has to be the captain's choice for the game. If not Holly, then Hilary. One of the H's. It's all coming up H. Now I believe we are just moving into the trophy presentation with the celebratory match beers. Oh, okay, you already got them. Two. Yeah. Just working out some of the logistics. So for each team there will be a player of the game and a spirit of the game award for the player that the captains feel embodied the spirit of the varsity competition. I believe that
No surprise there.
No surprise at all. Player of the game. Leanne Iorio skating over to come and deliver player of the game for Cambridge. Alicia Anderson, incredibly well fought.
I mean, what was the shot count in the end for her?
I'd be interested to know if we can ask our colleagues over there in the box what the shot count was. But
Pushing 30, I think.
Incredibly well deserved.
Absolutely.
Interestingly, wearing the bootstraps outside of her skates there, that's an odd goaltending choice, but hey, if it works, it works.
For her.
Number 2, Hilary Scanlon is Oxford's player of the game. Incredibly well earned, hugely well deserved. Oh, just
Oxford player of the game number 2, Hilary Scanlon!
Yeah, Hilary with a game-winning goal in that shootout there.
incredible,
And just overall, a solid game.
incredible performance. I mean, everyone on the ice, both sides, put in a huge shift. Do we have the trophy available? Right, I think we're going to have quick photos, so we're just going to cut to a quick break on the commentary while they finish up the final.
For the photo!
Hold it up, hold it.
Commissioners here.
It's now time to present the Women's Blues Varsity Match Trophy, the Coin Cup, which is named in recognition of the founder of the Women's Blues Varsity Match and the first captain of the Oxford Women's Blues, lawyer and Professor Deborah Coyne. I'd now like to invite captains of the Oxford Women's Blues to collect the Coin Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, the champions of the 41st Women's Blues Varsity Match, your Oxford Women's Blues!
Oh shit, we gotta get out of the camera.
No, it's fine. Nick, the camera's looking this way.
No, that camera.
Okay.
I just want to
Normally I photo bomb, I don't want to run this one.
that captain's gonna